President, as we continue our debate on the economic future of the United States, I would like to announce July's Silver Fleece Award winner. This month's most wasteful spending project is another example of egregious federal spending habits of this government and demonstrates why we should have enacted the Cut, Cap, and Balance Act. The Silver Fleece Award for the month of July goes to a $64 million stimulus award to provide broadband service to Gallatin County, Montana. According to an analysis conducted by Navigant Consulting, 93% of households in the project's proposed service area were already served by 5 or more broadband providers. The fact that tens of millions of taxpayer dollars were spent to subsidize broadband service in an area with already strong private sector representation is reprehensible. Perhaps even more staggering, though, is the taxpayer cost of services per unserved household. According to the program's own definition of unserved household, the project cost taxpayers more than $340,000 per unserved household. However, many of these so-called unserved households have access to 3G wireless broadband already. Not only are 3G services and speeds approaching or even meeting administration broadband standards, but 3G will soon be replaced by 4G broadband, which far exceeds current standards. Subtracting the number of homes that had existing 3G wireless leaves only 7 households in Gallatin County that were unserved by broadband. The cost of the U.S. taxpayer for this program then jumps to an astounding $7,112,422 per household to provide broadband service to the truly unserved population. I wish I could say that this project was an exception, but I cannot. The funding was provided through the stimulus's $3.5 billion Rural Utility Service Broadband Initiative program. On average, this program cost the taxpayer over $1,000 per household. In projects analyzed by the Navigant study, 85% of the households already had access to broadband. Unfortunately, rural broadband subsidization has been long mismanaged by the Rural Utility Service. A 2009 Inspector General report found that just 2% of federal broadband build-out funds provided between 2005 and 2008 went towards unserved communities. The same Inspector General report found that funds were also going to areas that weren't rural at all. In fact, 148 of the communities provided with subsidized broadband between 2005 and 2008 were within 30 miles of cities and at least 200,000 inhabitants. We continue to see this occur in the stimulus funding, where in my home state, Cook County, the home of Chicago with a population of 2.79 million, and suburban Will County received funds. Ensuring connectivity of rural America is a worthy endeavor that would bring economic development to small communities around the country. But as we face budget shortfalls and crippling debt, we cannot afford to subsidize duplicative broadband service in urban and suburban communities. Now, during the stimulus debate, when the bill was considered by the full Appropriations Committee, I raised concerns with the then chair of the Agriculture Subcommittee, Rosa DeLauro, on this. I said it was a waste of money. I said that we should probably redirect the funds. I said that we should not support this legislation. I was defeated in the House of Representatives, and the stimulus bill was put forward. I even wrote a memo highlighting the waste of this rural broadband initiative. Unfortunately, now seeing, especially in Gallatin County, where we have now subsidized each recipient of unserved broadband services at a cost of $7,112,422 per person, we have seen that the remarks that I made in opposition to this funding when I was a member of the House dramatically understated the waste to the U.S. taxpayer. As we face a future of deficits and debt, we need to highlight the waste of the rural broadband program, which is why the July Silver Fleece Award went to this program in Gallatin County, Montana. And with that, Mr. President, I yield the floor.